Well, Zach, tell us how this move came about. You just said before you've never even been to Australia and now you play for an Australian football team. How did it happen?
It happened very, very quickly, to be fair. Like, my agent got in touch with the club. I was obviously contracted to Carlisle, and I was probably ready for a change. And I've got a lot of friends out here who've played in the ALeague, so that was probably, they've always said to me that I should come and give it a go, and I felt that it was the right time once the interest came to come and make the jump.
Who are some of those connections that you've had?
Most recently Jason Cummings has come, the cum dog, like he's known in the UK. Adam Lallana, Craig Noon, and a few others. Scott Wotton's just come to Wellington. I've played with all of them boys.
So when that interest came from Adelaide United through your agent, did you call them, you message them straight away?
Can you repeat that?
When the interest came from Adelaide United through your agent, did you call any of those players?
I think, yeah, I spoke to Jason and Adam Lallana. I speak to Adam Lallana most days, to be fair. He's always keeping in touch and finding out how I'm doing and how I'm settling in. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see him this weekend because we're in Sydney, so he might pop over and say hello. Be good to see him.
Has he messaged you about, you weren't in the team, has he messaged you about last week's result already?
No, I was on the flight when the game was on, so I was clicking on the Wi-Fi to have a look at the score, and it was 1-1, and I seen it went 2-1, and I was like, but I heard we played well and probably should have got something out of the game.
You mentioned the change of scenery is something you felt like you needed. Can you talk us through that? When you look just purely at numbers, 4 or 5 years ago, you were on this incredible trajectory.
Yeah.
And the last couple of years probably haven't gone exactly how you would have liked. Can you talk to us about that and why it got to a point where you needed to change?
I feel like when I was a lot younger, I was flying, of course. Like, got a big move to Forest, started off really well there, but it was kind of a lot of changes of managers and coming and going, and the ownership changed, and I feel like they probably didn't want me at the club, and I still had 3 years left on my contract. So it's one of them things in football. A lot of players come and go, and if you're not wanted, you're just not wanted, are you? From the get-go, really. It was nothing to do with football. It was probably more finances and stuff.
Were there chances to go elsewhere over there, or I mean?
Yeah, I've had.
Over here is a big one. You could have gone anywhere in Europe, I suppose.
Well, I was enjoying my time at Carlisle, to be honest, but I had a small injury in December, and coming back from that, I just felt like I needed a change in the end of January. Wanted to try and go out and play somewhere else before maybe it was too late, because these chances don't come up every week, and you just have to take it before it's too late.
Okay, so then you make the move over here. As someone, before you make those calls to Adam and Jason and whatnot, what do you know about the A-League, the standard of the A-League, and then even more specifically Adelaide?
Yeah, I didn't know much about the A-League until probably the last 2-3 years when clubs did get in contact with my agent. I've had quite a little bit of interest off clubs in the past. Nothing's ever obviously come of it, but I know they have spoke to my agent and asked about my availability. But yeah, I just thought it was the right time to come. And in terms of the A-League, I do watch it on a Sunday morning on BT Sport in the UK when Adam Lallana was playing and Craig Noon. I like to keep in touch with them and watch them play. So I've seen quite a few games, and the standard looks really good. Yeah, I'm just excited to get going now.
What about Adelaide? Not so much as a team, but as a place. Have you ever?
I've never been to Australia. Yeah, I've definitely heard of Adelaide. Yeah, I think I know friends that have visited on when they go travelling and stuff, and everyone says really good things of it. And the beaches are amazing, and the lifestyle's good. They say, yeah.
What about what you can add to the team? A team that has, for a lot of it's almost become a running joke that the team has been crying out for a creative midfielder for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I can bring that side to the team. I like to dribble with the ball, shoot, take set pieces, and hopefully score goals and get some assists as well.
First impressions, training with the team, on coaches, players, your new teammates?
Yeah, straight away I could see the camaraderie in the group was very high. They all get on really well, and there's a very good spirit around the place. Probably the best I've seen in my first 2 days at any team I've ever been at. Like, the lads just look like they get on really well, and I think that will help us on the pitch, definitely.
When do you think that you might be a chance for some minutes?
I think that's going to come down to the manager. Obviously, I've been in today, working, doing a bit extra on a day off, and I'm just trying to acclimatise to the hot conditions, and my body feels ready to go whenever I'm called upon.
How do you go with those conditions coming from England?
Well, yeah, in Carlisle it was like 1 degree when I left, so coming here it's like 35 degrees on the first day, so it's tough, but I feel like it'll only take me a week or so.
Do you think it'll take some time to actually get those minutes? Obviously no one really expects you to play 90 this weekend, something like that, that's just how it works, but some players it seems to take 2 months before they're in consideration for the 90. Where do you think that you're at with that, and obviously coming up with an injury?
I feel like I'm fit. I obviously played game behind closed doors in England, came on in a few games towards the end of January. So I feel like I'm not far off, my body's in a good place, my calf feels really good now. And I feel like, yeah, as soon as I'm called upon, I'll be ready to go. And
just a sort of overall question, people come to Australia for a change of scenery or whatnot, but not a whole lot of players come to Australia going, this is my forever league. What do you hope to get out of your stay here, whether it be 6 months or even longer?
I hope to find a good vein of form, to enjoy myself, to enjoy the country and the people here, and yeah, I just want to try and get my career back where I want it to go, and if I could play in Australia for 5 years, 10 years, then I think I've got long enough in my career to do that.
I think enjoyment is a big thing for you after the way the last few years have gone.
Yeah, I did enjoy the last year. Getting back on the pitch and getting out of Nottingham Forest was a good moment for me to finally get out and play. But yeah, I feel like my career is going in the right direction again.
What about outside of football? Have you come over here with any partners, family, friends, dogs?
I've got 2 dogs at home, but I don't think they'll make the trip. It's a bit too far, but my missus is going to fly over in a couple of weeks once we get that all sorted and stuff, so that should help me settle in.
And away from the pitch, if you had to sort of single out any hobbies, interests?
I like to just chill out, go for a walk, nice coffee, and maybe a little bit of golf. I'll see what the lads are like, but yeah.